Hi everyone, Mary here again. Don't know whether this is a weekly reading or not. Probably not. I will pull a card at the end of it. Sorry. Wheel in front of me. I couldn't remember where I do put my phone when I'm in the car, but I've put it somewhere different. I know it's somewhere different. And I suppose that's the message as well that I've been learning over the weekend. Doing something different to what we normally do. I gave a friend, I didn't mean to start here now at this, but I gave my friend a bit of advice last week about respect, and I said maybe speak where you normally don't speak, and don't speak where you normally do speak. And when I give a message like that, I do bring it back to myself, and I couldn't see anything that, or any situation where I needed to do that at the time. So over the last few days, like in my last video, I talked about cutting a cord, a negative cord between me and another person and situation, and sending their energy back to them. And nearly as soon as I did it, I felt so much better, because letting the energy in, and like I'm looking at it differently now. I suppose it was all my own energy, but then maybe letting the energy in and doing the same thing over and over again, which I said at the time was listening to soppy love songs and making this feeling in my heart get bigger and bigger and bigger and sadder and sadder and sadder. I had to change the energy, and I just cut that negative cord, that lower energy cord, even though at one stage I would have thought of it as love, you know. But it's not love, it's pure disrespect for myself and how I feel. So I cut the cord and sent the energy back to the situation and the person. And I'm only responsible for me, and that's what I needed to do for me at the time. And I did it, and I felt nearly instantly better. So I wasn't prepared for another situation really bringing me to the same lesson. But you see, it was playing out differently. Some other people in my life, maybe particularly one person in my life who has been around me for a long time and is totally rooted. I'm looking out, I'm on the River Shannon here. I'm in Lanesborough in County Longford. Well, I think half of this in County Longford and the other half is in County Roscommon. And I think the lake is Lough Ree, but it's definitely the River Shannon. And I just pulled in off the road going through the village and stopped to make a video. And I've been here before, I've showed you before. It's on some of my Around Ireland videos, and pull a card at Lanesborough or something like that. So I've pulled in here because I've been clearing my throat all the way from where I've been coming from and where I've been going to in my car, and I knew I had to make a video. So the same lesson, this person has been in my life for a long time and totally rooted in 3D and worry and fear. And what I didn't realize, my thoughts were, well, I have to heal my relationship with this person, because it's part of my journey here, and all these relationships have to be healed before I leave the earth. And it's more about me than it is about her, which is true. But what I didn't realize was, well, what I did, but the situation, the way it played out, kept bringing anger up in me. And I used to, anytime I had to meet this person, I would say, okay, I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. She's not going to press my buttons this time. And I could do that some of the time. But this last meeting, it just blew up inside me again. I can't do this anymore. I can't try and heal this anymore. It's not working. I can't do it. And very strong, I can't. And I can't, because you see, we can work with people who are moving forward, you know, because we can see and we can feel the difference in their energy. But this particular person, I can't anymore. I just cannot. It's bringing me to a place of huge negative energy within me. And I said, I've tried my best, and I've tried the light work, and I've tried the heal, and I've tried cutting cords, and I've tried the spiritual path and forgiveness and love and light. And it's just not working. And I discovered over the last couple of days that I can't do any more. And I have been pulling my physical self out of the situation. I have been stepping back. But what I didn't realize was that my energy was still in there trying to change the situation between us. And on a physical level, because of the emotions that this person would be going through, they would be asking my advice. And why is this? And what's this pain? And what? And I can only answer from an energetic and an emotional point of view, perspective, feeling, inner knowingness, because I cannot say, well, I think it's muscular, because I don't know. I don't know the physical body symptoms and how to work with them on a physical level like a doctor would. I don't see it that way. I can't see it that way. It's not my training. The only physical body that I can work on is the diet and how diet affects the physical body, and vitamins and minerals and all of that, because the bowel and the tummy and the releasing and all of that. I know a bit about that, we'll say, but it's not my forte. My forte is emotions. And what is this emotion, and what's this energy around this pain in your body, or this heart fluttering or whatever. So this person is not anywhere near that level. And anytime I give guidance from that perspective, it goes over her head, absolutely over her head, because 20 minutes later she's speaking in 3D and the symptoms and what, because she cannot feel why her body is like this. So I've got to pull my energy out of there, and I've got to take the advice that I gave to my friend: speak where you haven't spoken before, or where you're not used to speaking, and don't speak where I usually speak. So in this particular case, I will say, well, I don't know really, when my advice is asked anymore. And until I hear a change or feel a change in that person's energy, I will not be helping them on an energetic or an emotional level. And that brings me to, I had come to this conclusion, of course, not fully, but partly. And then I came across a video by, I've mentioned her before, Lori, Lori, Ladd, Ladd. And she was speaking about the same, but when I heard her speaking about the same, I said, well, I don't do that now. I don't caretake, and gentleness, and being there for others all the time. I said, I'm not doing that in this situation. But my energy was still there, sending the love and light, surrounding their house and their body with light. They didn't ask for it. So I'm not doing it anymore. I've done all I can do in this situation. Now, moving on from there, I'm on my way to my grandchild's house, my daughter's house, and the last time I was there, great teacher, the last time I was there, we were playing, him and I, and then I got this huge love over me, and I went over and I hugged him and I kissed him, and he's two years and 4 months, and he's so cuddly. Well, he lost his life, we'll say. He went into major meltdown, and thankfully his mother was upstairs, and she asked him, did he want to come up? Yeah, Mammy, you come and get me. And nothing Granny would do was right. He wouldn't walk up the stairs with me. He wouldn't hold my hand to go up the stairs. He wouldn't go up in front of me and let me follow him. Nothing. He wanted his mother to come back down to him. And of course we were trying to parent in the old way. We can't give in to this behaviour. But in the end we had to. And I don't think we spoke much about it that day, but the next day we were speaking about it. And I said, well, oh, there's some beautiful dog, you know, those husky dogs. Oh, I love them husky dogs. The next day we were talking about it, and I said, well, I know not to jump on him anymore looking for hugs and kisses and whatever. And she said, yeah, consent. And that brought me right back to divine partner, twin flame, whatever we like to call them, overstepping boundaries. Boundaries, like people have boundaries. This is the new way. Even the children. Like I overstepped my grandson's boundary. He's only 2 years and 4 months. The love I felt for him and the way I expressed it overwhelmed him. And I can resonate that completely with twin flame. I overstepped his boundaries, even physically. I remember once walking over to him, sitting on his lap and putting my arm around him, and he recoiled. And I went, what is that about? And I think the new way is asking permission. And it brings me back to, like, what are they comfortable with? What am I comfortable with? It's new. It is absolutely, totally new. And it brings me back to that book I often come back to, Cosmic Lovers, by Ellie Van Veen and Roderick Knowles. And in it, I think it's a great book. And they got together for a year. They got married. I think it was a spiritual marriage for a year and a day. The Celtic marriage. A year and a day. And that's all they had to do. Be together for a year and a day and learn and grow and evolve. And if it didn't feel right at the end of a year and a day, each was free to speak their truth and go their own way. But part of it was they had a bedroom each. And they would not overstep their boundaries. Like if she didn't feel like having him in her bed or making love, she was quite free to let him know that that's how she felt at that particular time. And like in the book, she got up at one stage during the night feeling that she wanted to go to him, and he was free to say no. And she went back. It's like the lessons we are learning on the twin flame path. So she went back to her own bed, accepted where he was at that time. And this is a huge lesson for me, because I could not accept where twin was. I'm getting there. And the universe made a move on that over the weekend, and I became very softer energy within me. And I can't beat myself up for being the way I was, because we're all here to learn and grow, and it's not just for me. I'm learning and growing. My energy affects hundreds of people, and the love is getting stronger. In that situation I was talking to, the anger was just getting stronger, and the love on the other side is getting stronger. And going back to Laurie Ladd, she said, we are being pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed stronger and stronger, that what doesn't resonate anymore is getting louder and louder. If we are in resonance, we feel calm and peace and joy and happy and balanced. If we are in dissonance, she said, we feel so out of balance and all the lower energies coming up, and we have no choice but to speak our truth or cut those cords or walk away. And it's what feels right and what doesn't anymore, and what's bringing you to peace and love and joy and happiness is where you're going. And this lower energy and 3D energy, and it doesn't mean that you're going to leave these people totally behind, but you're going to leave them to their own devices, and you're not going to have your energy holding them up anymore, because it's bad for you. It's not good for you. So boundaries, respect, resonance, love. I don't know what caption I'll put on this video, but I think this deck, Energy Deck by Sandra Ann Taylor, for one card, what am I on, 16 minutes and 21, and I don't know the cards, but I picked some absolutely fabulous cards for me last night, and I read them intuitively myself because I asked for a particular situation. So I think what I'll do is pull one card and you ask about your situation and trust the intuition, the intuitive message that comes to you from this card. Okay? And if I feel I need a second card, I will pull one. I might have a quick look at the book to see there's something else jump at me, but then again I might not. I'll know when I see the card. And that's the back side of the card. Beautiful deck. Okay. And this one. I wonder, will I put twin flame in this video, or will I make a second one with a twin flame? You see, I've dropped the label, haven't I? Anyway, appreciation. So appreciation for the path you're on, appreciation for the lessons you're learning, appreciation for the people who are teaching you those lessons, and the number 15. The 15th of the month, it happens to be my divine partner's birth date in a particular month. So does the 15th mean anything to you? 1 and 5 is 6 as well. We'll just have a quick look at the book, but I don't feel I'm going to pass. Maybe I will, I'll see. The affirmation, maybe: I choose to see and appreciate the beauty and value around me. I increase my gratitude every day, and I am attracting even more to be grateful for. Oh my goodness. I hadn't noticed that. She's holding a single rose. And I stopped here and I was messaging a friend of mine. I said, my God, there's a rose sticking out of a dustbin. And I don't know whether it's a dustbin or not. I think it's a recycling bin. But there's a rose sticking up out of it with a plaque on it. But it looks a very good rose. It doesn't look like a dead rose. But I don't feel I need to get out and read the plaque or read anything. Maybe it's not a real rose. Maybe it's a plastic one. I don't know. But there's the rose. And this book says, this card shows a woman holding a single rose. She enjoys the scent and beauty of the single blossom. Yet around and behind her are bramble bushes. She could be focusing on these, the brambles, the harshness, the pain, worried that she might get caught up in their prickly branches of difficulty. Instead, she's pausing to experience the blessing of this single flower. The sun is breaking through the clouds, shining on her choice, and on the tiny buds waiting to open up. This card, upright, is telling you that you have much to be grateful for, and like the flowering bush behind the woman on the card, there is more to come that you can't yet see. Congratulate yourself for every moment that you choose appreciation. This decision shifts your consciousness from lack to value, and it's guaranteed to bring more worth and richness to your life. Yeah. I don't need, there's a reversed meaning too, but I'm not going to read it. Love and light to you. Yeah. Just keep going. Keep doing what you have to do. Let the feelings surface, and what are they telling you? And they're telling you different things at different times. And I often say the old way of healing and the old healing path is also finished, and these feelings are bringing us to new ways and new understandings, and not the old way, and not even the old spiritual way. So love and light to you. Trust your own intuition. You're on the right path. You're doing the right thing. You know, you're not crazy. Feel the love. Where is it bringing you to? And love for you as well as everybody, as the path, the appreciation and the gratitude as well. So love and light to you. I'll leave it at that. Talk to you later, and I'm sure I'll have more to say at some other stage.